What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, we have to talk about the official teaser trailer for Scream 6. We got the poster, we got the title, we got the slogan, New York, New Rules. We got the actual teaser trailer itself. We also got a separate interview, which gave us a look at Ghostface holding the knife with the more kind of, aged mask, right? And a couple details dropped in that interview that I do want to talk about in this video towards the end. But firstly, we got to break down the teaser trailer, and there's not too much here, right? 59-ish seconds of Scream. The beginning and ending is the logo and Paramount, so it's really like what, 51 seconds maybe of actual footage. But in my opinion, this is how you do it. This is exactly how you do it. And I'm seeing people online complaining about the lack of, like, where's Kirby, where's Get. Now that stuff is maybe a little bit more fair, I think, to complain about, but people wanting to see more than what we saw, I mean, this in my opinion is them learning from the past, right? Mindy does not have to die here. We'll talk about that, but besides that, and that even is pretty ambiguous, there is not much shown there literally at all, right? That's just a scene from the movie. Very different than the trailer, in which it reveals everything. We kind of got the sense Dewey was going to die. We knew Judy was going to die from TV spots, right? I mean, a lot of this stuff, we knew that Sam was going to kill Richie, or at least stab Richie, meaning Richie most likely is a killer. We saw Amber literally on fire. I mean, the trailer gave it all away. So this, in my opinion, is so much better, and so let's break it down. So we have Halloween night, I believe, right? I'm pretty sure people are saying that online, that it is Halloween. I mean, everybody's in costume, so it does make sense. So they all get on board, and then everybody is dressed up. Now, there's a lot of Easter eggs here that people have pointed out. There's the Ready or Not girl, right, that you see walking down, so that's very, very funny. And then even in the train, right, when they're standing there, you see Pinhead, you see Jason, you see quite a few different, let's say horror icons, right? And so Sam says, guys, and obviously something's going down. Now, a couple things to point out, and it mainly does revolve around Mindy, right? Because we see the focus, other than Josh, right? So you have Josh Segura standing next to, Chad and Sam. But beyond him, and obviously I think that does mean he's going to play a very vital role to the movie, which I think we all could have predicted, but this kind of solidifies it because the rest of them, the core, literally is the core group that you're bringing into this movie, and then you have him. But the thing that seems interesting to me is Mindy doesn't seem like she's with everybody else. The times that you see Mindy, it's always a close-up shot on her face, and she does react, right? She's looking at things, like she has a face of reaction to whatever she's seeing, but she doesn't seem to be directly next to, and you can kind of tell that because you have the three of them that you first see. You also see Tara. Actually, Tara is kind of in front of them, so all of them are standing like right there, but Mindy doesn't seem to be. And even the shots that you get when the lights start to flicker and then Ghostface grabs Mindy, they're very much like Mindy's against a window. Like, it definitely doesn't look like she's with them. Now, I don't know why she would get separated, or she entered a different, like, cart. Like, I don't necessarily know why she'd be separated, but it doesn't seem like she is with them. Now, I've seen people throw around that maybe it's like a dream sequence or like a nightmare thing. It's possible, but I mean, all of it does seem pretty like what's happening, right? The idea of the trailer and a big, I guess, theme in the movie is going to be like, and I think they even said this in an interview, you're in New York, there's so many millions of people. Actually, Melissa Barrera said this as well, and like Ghostface could kill and people will just like kind of walk on by and no care in the world. Now, this is even a little bit more different, right? Because everybody's wearing costumes. There's more than one Ghostface mask. There's like 3 or 4 of them. So, with that situation, you don't know who the real, killer is. In fact, the people on the train don't think anything's going down, right? But it does seem like when he's grabbing Mindy, and I guess, again, to kind of counter the dream sequence, when he has her, there's the shot of her, like in clear, she's very scared, but also then shows Ghostface holding her, and behind him, where the lights flicker, you can still see people. And I love what they did, by the way, the whole, him kind of standing up, or I guess you just see him standing up. You don't see anybody doing it. You do see the one sitting down that looks at them, but you have Ghostface standing up, people are next to it, lights flicker, gets a little bit closer. I mean, has it been done before? Yes, and I think we've all kind of said this, like, has a train thing like this been done before? Yes. Has that whole light flicker and the killer, like, moves closer each time, has that happened before? Yes, but it's never happened with Ghostface. Ghostface. It's never happened in New York. It is a little bit new for the Scream franchise. And again, like, the biggest thing is it's got tension, right? Because you're like, well, what's going on? Who's going to get attacked? But then I guess the biggest question, of course, is like, what happens to Mindy? And my answer to that is most likely she fights her way out of it. I can't, you know, I said in the beginning of the video, I can't imagine them not learning from their mistakes, but also not even just not learning from, but making the exact same mistake again, right? Or even worse. So what I mean by that is, again, the trailer, which I know people who handle trailers are separate from like the directors. I'm not necessarily blaming them, but to have done all that you did to mess up 5 in the trailer and TV spot, and then to not even, like, you don't even learn from that. Instead, you say, well, let's show Mindy's death scene, right? Again, like, you know what I mean? That will not, in my opinion, happen. So that attack on Mindy, I assume somebody pushes Ghostface, maybe knocks him over, just kind of casually. Maybe they don't even know what's happening. Maybe it's somebody pulling a prank, right? Like, if these people are well known, right? If Sam, Tara, if they're all well known, then maybe people are going to, like, mess with them. Now, going up to somebody and grabbing them by their face is not really, I mean, you're asking for it at that point. Then it's kind of like physical violence you would deserve back. So I don't know why you'd be messing with them. I'm going to assume it really is Ghostface. Also, I mean, you can keep reading into it, right? Does that mean Josh's character is not Ghostface, right? But if there's 2, obviously he could be one of them. He could be with most of the group, and then like the other Ghostface goes after Mindy. You know what I mean? So it doesn't necessarily leave him out of the running as well. And then you have the interview, which doesn't, you know, it doesn't do too much. There's 2 different things I want to focus in on. One was the Sydney thing, and they mentioned that when Nev dropped out, the script was greatly impacted, and that's kind of a big deal to me, right? And that's not specific, and I don't know if we'll ever get specifics on it, but we had talked about that, right? Where it's like, what will her impact, you know, her not being there? Do you have to rewrite it on the fly? Did she give them enough time? Like, is the script going to suffer from that? We'll see. We'll see, right? Because if the script was greatly impacted, like, what does that mean? How many pages? Like, did the core story stay the same? Did you have to redo kills or rewrite? All this stuff is rewriting, right? Rewrite kills or chases or conversations. What did you have to do? So those are going to be interesting, hopefully, to eventually find out. And the other one was the synopsis. The synopsis is not very specific. It's kind of vague, which again I like. I like all of the vagueness. I'm all for it, and please keep doing it. I don't need, you know, if you show one more 1-minute clip, that's fine. Like, I'm done. You don't need to show anything else. I'll go see it. I think a lot of people will go see it. I don't really think you have to do too much. But they kind of said a little extra where they said, I believe all 4 of them went away to college, which is a little odd because, like, you know, ages in real life versus, you know, the actual ages of the characters. Like, Jenna is by a lot in terms of her like Jenna Ortega is the youngest, right? But like her, Chad, and Mindy are all supposed to be like the same thing. So it would make sense for them. But then like Sam is older. Well, you know, Melissa Barrera is the oldest of those 4 in real life, but she's also the oldest character. So her as like a young adult compared, well, I don't even know. I guess they're all young adults, right? But so she is going to college as well. I guess, you know what I mean? So we'll see. Like, I think we always assumed Sam went with them to protect Tara. Like, that's the reason that she's there. But they made it sound like she also is going to college, which is fine. Like, you know, that's cool. In fact, that's a twist that we didn't really. Now, will it change anything? I think she'll still be like that protector role. You know what I mean? So fantastic. They all looked great. They all looked very healthy and strong, and I cannot wait for this film. So let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I'll see you all on the next one.